Hello, Pin Group. Welcome back to the first week of online education. And, our topic is first conditional, okay, and namely type 1. So, before starting our lesson, I would like to say something about this situation. I know that you have tons of questions in your mind, but I believe together we'll deal with this extreme situation and hardship together, okay? Because the show must go on, as the Queen says. So that's why I put a link here for that song. You can just go to that link and watch it or listen to that song. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so let's start. As you remember, the 10th and 11th of March were our last face-to-face lessons. And those lessons, in those lessons, we covered the future time clauses and also with future conditionals, right? So that's why I put a document here I used in my classrooms. And you can just have a look at it, go to that link and look at it, okay, just to remember about what we covered. I mean, it will be useful for you. So, for example, with the future conditionals, actually, we made a little start for that. And we talked about the formation and statement, yes, no questions and information questions like this. And also, you can have a look at the common mistakes here, again, in order to just remember a little bit, okay? So, this is optional. But our topic here is a little bit specific for first conditional and type 1, okay? So let's talk about function and meaning a little bit. Firstly, we use first conditional to talk about the result of a possible future action. Okay, so what do we mean by that? Let's have a look at the sentence. If I get a better job, will have more money. So as you can see, getting a better job is my action. And as a result, in the future, as a possibility, it is will have more money, okay? So as you can see with the if clause, we are connecting the action, and then in the main clause, we are connecting the result, okay? So you should be very careful about the tense as well. So in the if part, we always use simple present tense, guys, okay? And in the main clause, we are using will feature, okay? So actually, we will use different sentences, different usages as well, but we will talk about it later on. Okay, so the other sentence, if you go to university, you'll find a good job. So going to the university is your action, and as a result, as a possible result in the future, you'll find a good job, okay? And you'll certainly fail if you do not study regularly. Okay, so here, as you can see, guys, if part is your action, do not study regularly is your action. And as a possible result in the future, you will certainly fail, okay? So you don't have to use if at the beginning of the sentence all the time. You can use it in the middle of the sentence as well. Yeah, like this. Okay? Okay. Secondly, we are using first conditional for prediction, guys. Okay? So, as you remember, we are using simple present all the time with if in the first conditional. And in the main clause, we use models of prediction. When we say models of prediction, we mean that like might, may, be able to, can, okay? So it's something like this. So you will just see the examples of the use of models of prediction. And the meaning is, result is less certain when you use models in the main clause, okay? Let's have a look at the sentence. If I get a good degree, I might apply to work for Microsoft. So my action is getting a good degree. I connect it with if. And in the main clause, I talked about models. I talk about prediction of my action. Okay, so it's like I might apply to work for Microsoft. So this is my result, and it is based on the prediction because I used the model. And actually, what I mean is here, I'm not sure about this. Okay. So, if I study hard from now until June, I may pass the exam. Okay, so this is my action, studying hard. And in the prediction part, I say I may pass the exam. So the result, passing the exam, is less certain. I'm not sure about passing the exam if you use may or might. Okay? So, if I don't study regularly, I might not pass. Okay, this is also a negative form of first conditional with prediction models. Yeah. Thirdly, we are using first conditional to make a promise based on the result of a possible future action. So, for example, if you pass the exam, I'll buy you a bicycle. So passing the exam is your action, and buying a bicycle is a result and promise. Okay, so actually my action is passing the exam, and the condition, the condition is passing the exam. And if you pass the exam as a promise and result, I'll buy you a bicycle. Okay, so you can make a promise with if clauses as well. The other thing is, we use first conditional to warn someone about the result of a possible future action. Okay, so if you do not start studying soon, you'll probably fail. So my action is, do not start studying soon. And the result is, you'll probably fail. And the meaning of this result, guys, you'll probably fail, is a kind of warning. So actually what we mean is, start studying soon or you'll fail. Okay, so it's a warning, guys. Okay, and the last thing about first conditional, we can give advice about the desirable result of a possible future action. What do we mean by that? If you study hard, you'll be able to pass the exam. My action is studying hard, and my desirable result is to be able to pass the exam. Okay, so as you can see, we are using will feature, and we are giving advice here by using if. Actually, what we mean is, you should study hard to pass the exam. Okay? What about the formation? So, if you start your sentence with if, you are using the capital I here. Okay? So, be careful about the capitalization, guys. So, the other thing is, you are using simple present tense with if clause, and you should be very careful about SVO. It should be a full sentence. And in the main clause, you are using will feature. Okay, so the thing here is, you should be very careful about the comma here. So in order to, in order not to lose points, any points from the punctuation, okay, so you should be very careful about comma usage here. Yeah. And if you're using if in the middle of the sentence, and yeah, so think about it. It's not like capital letters in the middle. And you're using with the if clause, you are using simple present tense. And in the main clause, you are using will feature. Okay, so the formation is like this. So you should be very careful about the usage of sentences. And in this part, you're not using any comma, okay, before if or after if. No comma here if you're using if in the middle of the sentence, okay? Yeah, this is the formation. And yeah, Before going to the exercises, I am stopping the video here, so please go to the second video for some exercises, guys.